We may have been taught giraffe evolution wrong. If someone's ever taught you about evolutionary science, they would have mentioned giraffes next. And what they would have told you is before Darwin, there was this guy called Lamarck, and his idea was that there was early giraffe ancestors. They would reach up to get higher food. As they did that, they'd stretch their neck out over the course of their lifetime. According to Lamarck, they then passed on that stretched neck to their offspring. The offspring then kept stretching up for higher food, and they passed on an even more stretched neck to their offspring. That was Lamarck's idea. Rinse and repeat until you end up with a giraffe. Now, of course, we know that isn't what drives evolution. It's recombinations and mutations of genes that randomly gives rise to differences in offspring. And for early giraffes, if those offspring happen to randomly have a longer neck, according to Darwin, they gave them a much better chance at surviving and passing on their genes to their kids because they had a longer neck, meant they could reach more food, meant they could produce more kids. That amplifies over millions and millions of years, and you end up with a giraffe. But that may be wrong too, because both the Lamarckian idea and the Darwinian idea both revolve around the fact that the reason having a longer neck was beneficial was because it gave you access to more food. Some scientists just pulled a couple 17-million-year-old fossils out of the ground of early giraffes, and they realized that they were really well adapted for smashing their heads against each other. Modern giraffes don't do that, but they do have really nasty fights by doing this. We also know that modern giraffes with longer necks tend to be higher up in the social hierarchy as well, which means they have more kids to pass their genes onto. So according to this new research, modern giraffes may have actually gotten longer necks because it made them better fighters and meant they got selected as mates more often. The access to new food was a bit of a bonus, but also served to drive them into a niche where they were only competing against each other giraffes for food, rather than other species. So the competition between giraffes got even more intense and fueled even more growth in the neck.